Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you so much for clicking in. Thank you so much for watching. If you are subscribed, I appreciate you for subscribing. So this video is going to be a little bit different than any of the future progression videos that I'm going to have. At least I hope so. Reason for that is because a lot of the footage that I recorded for this video, for whatever reason, it got corrupted when I was recording it. Don't know why, because other stuff that I recorded that day was perfectly fine. It took me a long time to recover it, and I didn't recover all of it. I think I only recovered, maybe 50% of the video, 40% of the video, but at least I got some of it. What was mostly lost, and what the intention of this video was going to be, was kind of a review of the pre-quest for High Mountain, as well as my thoughts on High Mountain overall, semi-guide-ish, but the benefits to doing it, because High Mountain is super important once you're job 6. The second that you get job 6, I would advise to do it, because it gives so much experience. It gives you a lot of Erta fragments and Soul Erta just in general, which I'll touch on later in the video. But yeah, so spoiler alert, I got 6th job. I got to 260, yay me. What you're seeing right now is me going through all of those quests. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on the unlocking of job 6 just in general. Again, and I did lose some of the footage, so you're not going to see me charging all of the stones, but I really don't like unlocking job 6. I've only done it 3 times now on my Hayato, my Pathfinder, and now this. And it's not because it's difficult, it's just very, very, very tedious. However, thankfully, and the reason that I wanted to touch on it is because there's one thing that made it very quick for me personally. So as you can see in the background, there's like these little bubbles spawning in Cernium, which aren't normal spawns. What those are from the event going on right now. There's something called a Choo-Choo booster, which is, it's essentially a VIP booster, which, if you don't know what either of those is, it's basically an item that you can use that will spawn really powerful mobs, or these mobs that spawn very frequently on the map and give you big bursts of experience every time you do it. So you basically, for 100 seconds, you have an inflated spawn rate of mobs on your map, and each of those special mobs, in this case it's the little bubbles that you're seeing, those give lots of experience. So in most other cases, like the little portals you go into when you're leveling, those don't power up the job stones. And again, if you haven't done the job 6, to unlock it, you get these little items called, I think they're little stones based off of each different area in the Arcane River. You have to go and kill mobs in the Arcane River around your level to charge them up, and they basically like suck up, I think it's like 10% of any experience that you gain. And typically it's only experience that you gain from killing mobs, which, as you're about to see, I just charged one up, and I'm going to use one, trying to find a map, not sure why it's not working, blah blah blah. So I just used one right there. I immediately go into the VIP booster, and if you were looking at the charger on the bottom, it increases the job stones so much. And the reason for that is because, unlike all the other sources of experience, like the portals, editor's note here, what I was trying to say there was not all of the portals charge your stones. Some of them do. The purple especially gives a lot of experience for it, so if you ever are charging these and the purple portal pops up, definitely go into those. They charge it up by a lot. The red portals also charge them, but not by as much, but the yellow do not. So yellow, if you see those pop up while you're charging, just stay away from those. They'll just use up your XP coupon time, and you just don't really get any benefit specifically towards the job stones. I think I also did not mention that the job stones themselves, there are 9 in total, and each of them take about 50 billion experience to charge up. So altogether, they'll siphon off like 450 billion experience to charge all 9 stones. So by the time you charge up all of them, you'll probably gain around like 25%. Or I guess they'll take 25%. I don't know exactly, but yeah, just want to jump in and say that. Okay, back to the video. These charge your stones, and because they give so much experience, and you can stack that experience with the 2 and 3 time boosters, with your link skills, all of that. If you're wearing the spirit pendant, all of that, you can really increase them. So each booster gives you like 30 or 40% every time you use it. So the point of me touching on this was, if you ever get boosters and you aren't job 6, do your best to save them for job 6, because without the boosters, it'll take you multiple hours. I think the first time I did it without any, and it took like 4 maybe. It's a long time. It's a very tedious grind. Doing it this way with the VIP stones, with 3x boosters, just stacking as much experience as I can, I think it took me maybe 45 minutes to an hour to charge up all of them. So it just saves so much time, which is the reason I want to make this. If there's ever an event like this that has VIP boosters and there's a character that is close to getting 6 job, do your best to get to 260 on that character and save those boosters for that 6 job unlocking it, because it just saves so much time. And in a second, we're going to officially get to job 6, and I will do a little bit of a breakdown in what that system looks like. So I'll see you in a second. So if you go to your skills, you go to your Hexa matrix, obviously you can see everything that you get here. You also have the Hexa stats. Now, priority for what you level up is really dependent on your class, your playstyle, and I assume there's some sort of guide on your class Discord. But there's 2 base things that you really need to know, and that's that each of these gets leveled up through 2 different currencies. So you have your Soul Urda here and your Soul Urda fragments here. These you primarily get through your daily quests as well as through farming. So if you go to, is it this one? No, I think it's this one. Okay, so it was this one. So if you go here, you see when you complete this, you get Soul Urda. What it basically does is give you about 600 energy, and every 1000 energy you get 1 whole Soul Urda. As you're leveling up and farming, you can occasionally get these little like orbs that pop up on the ground, and each of those I think gives you 100 if I'm not mistaken. And then the fragments, these really vary. So as you see, through leveling up, you need some Urdas and then some fragments, and these really scale based on the level of your abilities, as well as, you know, if you're just unlocking them or leveling them up. And the same thing goes for the Hexa stats. When you try to unlock it, you have to pay a very small fee, and then when you go to enhance it, you pay a little bit every time that you enhance it. And these you get through, again, also farming. So this is the primary reason why drop gear is so important, because the drop rate of these, as well as the orbs, but orbs are a lot easier to get in my opinion, the drop rate of these are affected by your drop rate. So if you're using WAPs, whether they're small or the big ones, you do get that, 20% item drop increase. This is one of the reasons why it's so important to do your threads of fate, so that you can craft these so that you get that additional 20%. That's why it's so important to make sure you have your decent holy symbol leveled up. It doesn't necessarily have to be max like mine is, but if it is max, you get that extra 24%. again, it doesn't have to be max, because I think even at like level 5 or whatever, it's like 15 or 18%, something like that. So you don't have to have it maxed, but you do have to have it unlocked at the very least. It's one of the reasons why having a large drop fam is really important. If you also wanted to farm with Legion Luck applied as well, that would be beneficial. I think if I was to do, like if I was going to go farm fully maxed out with my drop rate, I think I would be farming around like 370%, and I'd probably get, based on my old rates, I'd probably get like anywhere between like 7 and 13 an hour or something like that, which sounds slow, and it is kind of slow, but depending on how much you farm, all those small gains really add up, which I think is the big part about getting to this point of the game, is that you're doing a lot of consistent small gains to add up to larger gains over the course of a month, over the course of a year, whatever, however long that character's lifespan is, which is really what you're pushing towards at this point in the game. So as you can see, since I last made that video and now, it's been like a week and a half maybe, and I have Soul Janus to level 3. I've unlocked all of these, but that's also because another very big way to get both of the currencies there, the Soul Urda and the Soul Urda fragments, as well as just a lot of experience, is through High Mountain. I don't think you can see what the rewards are. Oh, you do. So yeah, you get a lot of experience. I think the last time I did it, it gave me like 30% at 261, which is a lot of experience. That's multiple, I want to say like trillions of experience. It's a lot. Maybe not trillions. Trillion sounds like a lot. Maybe it's a couple 100 billion maybe, but it was a lot. You also get some Soul Urda, and the big thing is you get a lot of Soul Urda fragments. Again, in my opinion, Soul Urda is a lot easier to get, especially through events. Like if we go to this one, if we go to this one, I've already claimed them, but just from this event alone, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 whole Soul Urda fragments just from this event alone, which is why for me, Soul Urda fragments are extremely important to get, which means it's extremely important to get your drop rate gear, which makes it extremely important to actually farm. Farming is absolutely crucial, which, you know, when I first started the game was pretty annoying, but it helps so much. You make a lot of mesos, you get a lot of node stones, which is why I have a bunch of these already maxed out. If you go to my HEXA matrix, these are all maxed, these are all maxed. These are all maxed. I have my Vicious Shot maxed, my Holy Symbol maxed. And yeah, I'm still missing a lot that aren't, but I can make do with out of these. But because I farm so much, I'm able to not only set up my own character, but I have a couple, I think maybe 20, yeah. So I have 19 that I can save for other characters in the future, and it helps a lot. And again, all of these small little things just add up to be really big power spikes to your characters. If I didn't have any of these maxed, I also think you can't, I don't know this for sure, but I think your Hexa skills, like straight up unlocking these 4 specifically, so these boost nodes, I don't think you can do them unless you meet like a threshold in your V skills. I don't know if it's max or maybe it's like 40 or 50, but I don't think you can unlock them without a certain level. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. So I just wanted to run through a very quick rundown of HEXA matrix, because I feel like there's a lot of people that, even though we have had the hyper burning, and even if you have unlocked the character, you might not really know all of the ways that you can level up those skills and how things scale and stuff like that. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on it. Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be it for this video. If it is, thank you guys for clicking in. Thank you for watching. If you have any feedback, good, positive, negative, mean, whatever, if you want to go in the comments and tell me I suck, feel free to do that. If you don't like the video, dislike it. All of that stuff is very beneficial to me to know what it is that you guys want to see, what you guys are enjoying. You know, if I'm putting this effort into editing these videos and nobody fucks with it, you know, it is what it is, and I either have to figure out how to change or just accept that, you know, I suck as an editor, which is very possible. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. And just remember, you know, if I can do this with no hands, well, so can you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace.